All right, you guys, welcome to our coach webinar. We are going to be sharing the 4 steps to partnering with BODI and sharing your personal story. So it's going to be myself today and my good friend Dana. We are just returning from a trip from Mexico. We were just saying, oh, it finally feels good to have our sunburns turn into somewhat nice tans. So I am a mom of 5. I am a former elementary teacher, and Dana is also a mom to 4, lots of kids between us, and I'm also a former teacher. And we are just going to be sharing what we do as partners, social media, how we actually earn an income, and then how to get started. So just before we jump in, I do want to share like a little bit about our team and who we are. The beautiful thing that about this business is that you can do it virtually. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from the couch. You can do it from your bed. Dana, I know, built her business in the beginning from, putting down her toddlers for nap because they wanted her to lay there and nap. And like, how often do we do that? And you can sit there and you can build a business right from your toddler's bed. But the beautiful thing as well is we're not meant to be virtual people. It's really cool that we can do this wherever we are. And I, as a mom of 5, I cannot imagine adding one more thing to my plate where I have to leave the house or figure out childcare. Like, no, that makes it simple, but we also are not meant to be virtual beings and only do things online and virtually. And our team is really good and really values getting together in person. So we get together in person every few months. So you can see a few of these pictures. One of them was from our Mexico trip that was just last week. One of them was from this past summer, our big summit annual event in St. Louis. One of them was from our Florida leadership retreat. So there's different touch points all throughout the year where we make it an effort to get together, to have that in-person time, to laugh, to hug, to sweat, to learn and grow this business together, which is just my favorite. A lot of us actually do not do this full time like Dana and I do, which I also love. A lot of people do this just as supplemental income or as a hobby for fun. There's teachers, nurses, lawyers, stay-at-home moms, fitness instructors, like anything you can think of. I feel like someone on our team has done and has made this work, which I love. All right, so I'm going to get started with the first one, which is partnering, what we do as a partner and how we get people results. So the first thing that I want you to know is that you do not have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. Now, if you're like, oh man, I wanted to learn about that, trust me, you will learn about those things over time. I've been doing this for 6 years and I feel like I have lots of knowledge, but 6 years when I signed up, I was so thankful that I did not have to be the expert in the fitness. I did not have to come up with a program of what workouts I was going to do. I did not have to figure out a whole nutrition plan and come up with it for me. I just had the tools and I put it together to best reach my goals. And so as you help people, say someone comes in and they're pregnant, or maybe they're newly postpartum like I am, or maybe they're jumping in and they want to do an Ironman or run a half marathon, you're going to have people come to you with all of these different goals. It's not your job to figure out every little piece for them. It's just your job to give you the tools, which is we have amazing workout programs. We have 2 nutrition plans. We have incredible world-class supplements. And then we have awesome groups to hold each other accountable. So our number one job as coaches, we just transitioned from coaches to calling ourselves partners with BODI. So if I throw in, those words are just kind of interchangeable for me right now, but our main job is just to have personal goals ourselves, to take care of ourselves. And I know I posted kind of my recent transformation pic as postpartum, and here's one of Dana's, but that doesn't always mean physical. It means how we feel. It means how we are mentally growing, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And then of course, usually the physical part comes along with it, but that's not always the case. So it's really having our personal goals first. And number 2, being relatable proof that this works. Again, not perfection at all. I don't want you to think you're going to sign up and you have to be this picture perfect fitness Barbie. Like, those are fun to see. Actually, I don't really enjoy seeing those, but like some people like getting inspiration from those, but be a real person, a real mom, or maybe you're a grandma who is going through menopause, or maybe you're fresh out of college and you're just navigating working life for the first time. Like wherever you are, own your journey and share that. Share the mornings that you may have slept in, share the times where you might have, ate a few too many donuts in the workroom, or share the times when maybe your own dinner for that night was just like your kids' leftover mac and cheese. People want to see real, but also share the parts where it's like, hey, even though this happened, I'm still going to strive to work on myself. I'm not a failure. I'm still progressing, and just sharing that relatable progress that this can work no matter what season you are in. So having goals for yourself, being relatable proof that this does work. And then 3, help people get started with exactly what you got started with. There's lots of cool options that we have. Some people just want workouts. Some people just want nutrition plans. But I always recommend just get people started with what you did. When people come to you or when people want to sign up, they don't need to know all of the things that we have available. Just help them get started with what you did, which I think for a lot of us was the total solution pack, which is at the very end. We will show a graphic of where it includes everything in one. It includes the online workouts, it includes the supplements, it includes our groups, it includes the nutrition plan, and it's basically for the same price as everything individually. So it's the best option. And then help them either plugging them into your coach's accountability group. A lot of us run them on either a private group on Facebook, or there's another group option in the BODI apps. Or if you're like, hey, I don't want to plug them into my coach's group, I'm ready to just start myself and start a group and help women just hold each other accountable. That's how you get started. So those are what we do and how we get people results. So I'm going to pass it over to Dana.
Thank you. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about social media. And I know for my own story getting started, social media was one of my biggest hesitations. And I feel like 100% for either people that are wanting to learn about being a partner or just getting started, social media is a really big fear they have in their mind. For myself, it was because I felt like social media was a time suck. I was like, I don't want to be on my phone all the time. I don't want to, and I also didn't want to be that girl like, oh my gosh, everybody's sharing XYZ. Like, I don't want to just be another one of those people. And there's kind of 2 things that go with that. One, you're going to believe what you tell yourself. So if you tell yourself that social media is going to become a time suck and you're going to be that girl, then you're probably going to fall into those traps. But if you take the tips that I feel like I'm passionate about, and I feel like Brooke is passionate about, really teaching our coaches and our teams to use social media to be a light. And kind of, when I first started, I told people I was revamping my scroll. I wanted to change the way I use social media to bring value. This post here, or this slide here, has lots of different suggestions and things that we can do. And I kind of broke it down into 3 sections. And the first is you're going to show up and you're going to serve people with who you are. You can see in these graphics, every single one of these pictures from our stories adds value to people's life in some way, and not necessarily Beachbody related. I know Brooke does a lot of like yummy foods and meals and things like that. But more like convenience, family friendly stuff too. And so you can see in these pictures here that she has those. I have 3 girls and a boy, but I like to share like a lot of the activities or things we're doing in our home. So you can see here, I'm sharing my daughter coloring with this new Easter egg thing, and I gave the people the link. I'm trying to add value to their life. So every time we're sharing, I like to think, is this serving people in some way? We don't want this to be a watch me. We want this to be a, here I am, like, join me, be a part of this life that I'm living. We just really want to include people for social media to be social. And then the next step is kind of to love, hold on, I'm going to go back just a second. Obviously, you are going to also include your new BODI business and being a partner, but I'm not going to actually touch on that a ton, because we like to call that kind of the commercials to your everyday life. So you're showing up, you're serving, and you're adding value, and you're also sharing your workout in the morning, because that's part of your life. And I believe that does bring value to people, because you're showing them, I didn't want to wake up this morning, but I did, or I've been off track for a whole month. That's what I talked about today, but I still woke up this morning and did it. I'm giving encouragement in that way. You're going to share your supplements throughout the day, like not all day long, but like I do have my shake every afternoon. And so that's a part of my life I'm going to share. And I'm going to share that for me, it helps me not binge eat in the dinner. So I've added value there in that way, or I give them a recipe that even if they're not drinking Shakeology, technically they could go and revamp that recipe. You know, I love Shakeology, but I always am trying to think of how I'm adding value to people's lives. And then we love and we connect on social media. So we use social media to be social. Like I said, it's not necessarily like a watch me, it's like a let's get to know each other. I'm sharing parts of my life. So you're naturally going to connect with people on social media. Like this slide says, you're going to start having conversations. People are going to message you, or you're going to be watching their stories that are like-minded people, similar life places, and you're going to ask them genuine questions. I always give the example. I don't ask people about their dogs because I don't like dogs that much. I have dogs, but just we want you to be you. So I don't want you to have this fear of like you're trying to like trick people into anything. Like I want people to join my community and my team that are like-minded, that I get along with, that I would want to go on a trip with, or that I would want to go sit at a coffee shop with. So I just really want to encourage you in that way. And then of course, there's going to be the invite and the impact portion. And that's where you've gotten to know these people on social media. And, you know, if you are sharing your story kind of as that commercial consistently with the products and the nutrition and all of that, to me, going and asking them if they want to be a part of what I'm doing is absolutely not icky at all, because one, I share it consistently. So I'm authentic in that way. I think that builds a lot of trust. And two, I've been sharing not just the workouts and not just the products, but my story. And so I rarely get kind of a negative message back because they have been watching and they see what this has done for my life. So yes, I'm going to go and I'm going to say, hey, I have an April group starting. I've loved getting to know you. Do you think this is something that you would like to be a part of too? And then, you know, the conversation is going to, you have a lot of different options where that can go. But if I'm going to put myself out there to share all parts of my life, I think that asking people to join something that's had such an impact is 100% okay. And then the last thing with social media, I just want to touch on that I think is super, super important, especially if you're just getting started, is there is a consistency piece with using social media. You cannot expect to start sharing on your stories for a couple days and then just like fall off the planet for 3 weeks and build trust and connection and have people want to join you, because they have absolutely no idea what you were doing behind the scenes. For all they know, you quit working out, you quit eating healthy, you quit doing any of the things. So I think like this says at the end, do these things daily, evaluate, take action just over and over again, kind of inventory how your social media is going. And just, I don't want to scare people with that, because I take social media breaks. I know Brooke takes some weekend breaks sometimes, but again, we are always very authentic and candid with that, letting our people that are watching know like, hey, I'm a real human. I am absolutely not a robot. I am stepping away from my phone for X amount of time. And again, I think that builds a lot of trust and respect from people.
Sorry, I lost where I was. No, I love that. And I once heard too, or recently we had the top BODI coach talk with us, and she was like, hey, you know, treat your stories like you are talking to a mom at gymnastics class, right? Like I wouldn't be to a brand new mom I'm talking to and be like, hey, did you try this Energize yet? Like it has this, that, like, no, like you're going to talk to them about like your daughter, where'd you got your daughter's leotard, or how maybe you didn't sleep the night before, or how you're struggling like with potty training. Like just be real, and the other stuff will just flow naturally. If, like Dana said, like it's just like a little commercial break. The most connections I get is when I'm just talking about everyday real life that people can connect to. And it makes it fun because they are the people then that like you vibe with, you want to go on trips with, you, like Dana said, you want to go to the coffee shop with. So I love all that. I love social media is just so interesting to me. So
I know.
Okay, I'm going to chat really quick how to earn, because yes, it is a real thing. I remember my dad, like when he kind of found out like what I was doing, and he's like, you're like making it your job to be healthy and like just be your best self. I'm like, I know, Dad. I'm like, it's really cool. Like this is a personal growth journey that you get paid for. So it's an actual thing. And there's 5 different ways, but I'm really just going to talk about the 2 ways. And I need to insert the team BODI income disclaimer that there's no guarantee of any level of success. Everything comes from the coach's hard work, diligence, and skill, which I love that income disclaimer, because there's no cap. It's not like if you come in here and, you know, you're ready to work hard, you're ready to take action, like it all comes down to what efforts you're putting forth. It's not like, oh, you have to work so many hours or you need to get to this level and do all this stuff. It's like, no, it just comes down to the effort you want to put in. Which I know different seasons of life. Sometimes it's a lot of effort, sometimes it's a little. And I think over time, it's like, this is a long-term business and you have to have that entrepreneur mindset instead of the employee mindset. For so long, I kind of was that employee where I was like, okay, I worked 40 hours. Where's my paycheck on Friday? Or 40 hours, where's my paycheck? And this mindset is, okay, I'm putting in the work now for not to see the success until 3 months down the road, or 6 months, or until a full year down the road, while still growing personally and physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Okay. So the first one is commission-based and subscription-based. So commissions and subscription-based business, sorry. So first off, as a partner, you do get 25% discount on all products. So Shakeology, Energize, like if you're using the products regularly and you're not just signed up for the discount purposes, you need to do that. There is a $15 business fee to run your business, but that covers everything. It covers your online office, it covers tons of marketing material. And like, when you think about it, like at first I was like, $15, like I'm already ordering all this product, or, you know, that I'm already using daily. But it's like, if I were to go start up any other business, I would have to put down most likely a 6-figure loan. I'd have to rent out a space. And to run an online business, I just have to pay $15. So that's what that $15 is going towards. But we also get 25% discount, but we also make 25% commission on anything we help a friend or family out, whether it's the workouts, whether it's Shakeology, whether it's the nutrition plans, or whether they decide to go all in with the best package and get them all at once. So this graphic shows that if you help someone with the total solution pack, you'll get $70 in commission. And I'm going to explain the graphic in just a second. But so imagine if you help a couple people, you're already making about $150 just from commissions alone. Like, you can do that right from the start. You can do that from day one. You don't need to get to a certain level. You can just help people with commissions month after month after month. But I will say, I haven't built a 6-figure business, and I know Dana hasn't done what she's been able to do, bring her home from teaching, help her husband come home and farm by just selling commissions over and over again. I actually don't sell a lot of commissions. I sell a consistent amount of commissions, but I don't sell hundreds every month. What the beautiful thing is, commissions are awesome, but is the second part, which was our team cycle bonus. And basically, as your team grows, not just your customers, as you add coaches or preferred customers to your team, you're helping people help other people, you actually get a percentage of their activity below you. So what I mean by that is that it's called the team cycle bonus. And if this goes over your head, I'm just going to explain it really fast. We are a binary system, meaning that we have two sides. So I'm the CEO of my business, Dana's the CEO of her business, you're the CEO of your business, and we have two sides. We have, and what can go on these sides are coaches or preferred customers, not customers, only coaches or preferred customers, people who are getting a discount on the products. Anytime there is 200 volume, which volume comes from any of the products. So say I have a couple people ordering Shakeology on this leg, and I have a couple people ordering Energize on this leg. When anytime there's a 200 on this leg and 100 on this leg, I get a team cycle bonus of $14 straight to my bank account on Thursday. And that's just 200 and 100. It could be more than 200. It could be 500 on one leg and 300 on the other. So what Beachbody does every Thursday is they look at my legs and they say, okay, how much volume does Brooke have on each leg? And they take 2, 1, and give me $14. 2, 1, give me $14. This is not taking from Dana's income at all. Like, Dana is a coach below me. It's not like, oh, the Brooke is going to take a percentage of Dana's income. It is strictly a bonus from Beachbody because of the activity going on my team. So just know as well that $14, I know when I first heard it, I'm like, what do you do? That's $14. But one, it covers your business fee to start this business. And two, that $14 will grow as you consistently show up, as you consistently keep adding people to your team and helping them get started. And as you keep putting in the time, it caps out at so a cycle bonus is at $14 as an emerald coach. It goes up to $18 at a diamond coach, and that's where it stops. But that is where, again, the residual long-term income is, where you can still, that's what has allowed me as a mom of 5, and I know Dana as a mom of 4, to put a little in it when we really need to work this business, but also when we need to take breaks, to kind of take a step back and focus on our family, or focus on what God has put on our hearts to do in that season, and know that this team cycle bonus, because we have spent that time building it up, it's not going anywhere. People are still moving forward. And I think that part has given us both so much freedom and flexibility in this work. And then, so this graphic really quick, I just want to show you what it shows. You can, if you haven't read it yet, but basically a challenge pack, a total solution pack, you'll get $70 in commission. So we also have a thing, if you help 5 people within 5 weeks get started with the total solution packs, Beachbody will also gift you $100 bonus. So it's saying if you help 10 people, so maybe your first month, or maybe it's your 6th month, or maybe it's you're in a year into coaching, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to help some friends, some families, some coworkers. I'm going to share my journey consistently. I'm going to invite them, and I'm going to make it my goal to help 10 people. You have the opportunity, it doesn't matter what month of coaching you're in, to almost make $1,000 just by helping 10 people get started. And that's not even including this number 2 option of the team cycle bonus that is strictly in commissions, which is super cool. Like, I know for me, like that was huge back when I was first starting out. Or maybe for you, maybe it's just getting your nails done, or maybe it's covering date night, or maybe it's just having for me, it was just like the freedom to go to Target and drop whatever I wanted to on whatever I felt like that day. Like having, and not like having the husband being like, what'd you get? Did we really need that? I'm like, no, well, but I really wanted to get it. So like that for me, those were like the little things that helped me just keep going and get started in the beginning. And of course, over time, it grew to bigger things like walking away from teaching and house things. And now we're doing a backyard renovation. So, but like it starts with those small things. So think about it for you, like what could you attach it to that could really help you in this month? And that looks different for everybody. Right, Dana's gonna wrap us up.
All right, thank you. I love that. And yeah, attaching it to something tangible is so helpful always. And I even have to remind myself of that. And then that whole team cycle bonus, I just, as you know, came out of a season that I was doing a very minimal amount of work, but I'm going to still talk about kind of what that can look like in any season. And I'm just so grateful just for that compound effect of this business that it's allowed that for us. But all right, so how to get started. And some of this is going to be a repeat of what we've talked about, but I think it's worth just nailing it in, reiterating. You're going to start with your journey first. That is always 100% going to be your number one. I started a new program today, 5 years in, and that is still what I'm committing to a program, committing to using my products, and committing to a nutrition, whatever that is in that season for you. Start with your journey 100%. But then we want you to take messy action. We want you to not be afraid to be a beginner and just go ahead, and we're going to help you craft and create that first commitment post. So I like to say we commit, and then we're going to commit and declare it out on social media and to the world. We have examples to help you, like I said, create that post. But again, it's not just going to be like, I'm a body partner. No, we're going to help you say this is where I was. This is how I felt, sharing your story. This is what I'm doing. This is what I expect, or this is the change I have had on my life. That could be a million different things, but you're going to be authentic and you're going to be you. But then you have to close that up with letting people know, you can join me do this too. Or I want you to join me, being specific. I'm bringing on 10 people to join me in the month of April, and we are going to work together, kind of what you're going to offer. And again, I know that part can be scary, but 100% I was thinking about this. I was going to say 99.9. I was like, no, it is 100% of the time that I have a partner make this post, they are terrified. I was too. I put my phone in the bedroom, shut the door, and walked away for hours when I did it. Everybody comes back to the most positive messages and people cheering them on and encouraging them. It is so awesome. It's probably one of my favorite things to see when I get a partner message me and be like, I can't believe it. People are being so nice about that. It's like people want to see you feel good. People want to see you happy, believe it or not. They really do. And then again, our team, we have so many resources and things to help you with. Kind of to reiterate that idea, like we've talked a lot about balance. And I think that we are passionate about being consistent, but also working smarter and not harder. So we have tools to help you show up consistently without feeling like you're like treading water or confused about what you're supposed to be doing. We have very clear ways that you could work this business. When I started, I did very clear 5 actions for 45 minutes a day for about a year and a half. That was all I did. And again, there's the income disclaimer of, you have to put in the due diligence and work and efforts, and that's what you're going to get out of it. So I think it's worth evaluating what you want out of this. And then you need to match the actions like of this tracker thing to what you're wanting. So that's going to look different based on what, your goals are with this as a business. But just know we have a tried and true system that I'm really passionate about. And I know Brooke is too, and we all are, that will help you succeed and not feel like you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. So, and then the last slide is we talked about getting started with the total solution pack. This is for sure the number one. It'll waive your $40 enrollment fee. And again, when you have those conversations with people, you can go and you can say, I'm going to get you started with the same thing I did. And again, that builds that trust and that connection with them. It just really is the best deal. You get all of the things. It's crazy not to do that. And then there's typically a promo code so it's about $200. And you have access to everything, and you can start sharing your business, being a product of the product and having all those tools right at your fingertips. And I know we still renew with those, like I said, 5, 6, 7 years later. Like I still tell people it's the same thing I got started with. And I feel like, and what I'm still doing. And I feel like when I say that, they're like, okay, well, she's doing this, I'm going to do it that way too. So thank you guys for joining us. Brooke, did you want to say anything to wrap it up?
I just wanted to wrap it up. I love this quote. Like, again, we talked about how you have to take off that employee mindset. And it's the same thing with your fitness journey. I love how partnering with BODI and like your fitness journey, it's the same mindset. It's that long-term, okay, of course I just started out working out again, postpartum baby 5. And it's like, I'm not going to see the results I want in a month. Like that is ridiculous to think that I'm not going to see the results I want in 3 months, 4 months. But I keep at it. I keep slowly chipping away. I keep, like Dana said, the consistency of social media and tracking and working with a group of women who want you to succeed. Like it is that compound effect. And over time, if you are going to wake up on one day and like all the things that you had on your list, it's like, I did that. I checked off this. And like, it's always insane for me to think on. So I just want to leave you with this quote, and I want to thank you for joining us. Reach out to your coach whether it's me or Dana or anyone else on our team, and we are happy to answer any questions. And we hope, that we provided you with all the information you needed. So have a great day, everybody. All righty. I think I stopped sharing. Wait, I need to stop recording.